If you're a Democrat who's running for office or someone supporting a Democrat who is running for office, this video is for you. Here are 3 tips I think every Democrat running should take into consideration while they're actively campaigning and building their plans to campaign, whether that's in 2026 or 2028 or beyond. And the first is this. Let's all agree to just stop using these highly paid consultants to tell candidates what the public actually wants to hear in the first place. We have the tools, we have the capabilities, we have an approach and a model that says you can actually just crowdsource all of that. You can build feedback loops. And the more feedback loops that you build where people can tell you as a candidate what they want from you if you're elected into office, tells you everything you need to know about what you should be messaging in the first place. You can build tools on social media. You can build tools on your own website. You can just go out and do a whole bunch of town halls. There's a bunch of different ways for you as a candidate to do this. But when you as a candidate are in the lead of listening first and then crafting your message on exactly what you yourself are hearing and not filtering it through highly paid consultants, your message comes across far more organic and far more influential because people understand that they're part of building the message in the first place. That is a huge part of what has been missing out of Democratic politics for far too long. So that's the first thing. Listen first, then make your message, and don't pay highly paid consultants to do it. The second thing is this. There's a ton of coverage about this, what I would call a Trump binary. If you're a Democrat, you're either supposed to be anti-Trump or pro some other vision and ignore Trump entirely. Reject the premise of this binary. It's a false choice. The real goal for each and every Democrat moving forward shouldn't be one or other of those two things. We should be trying to make Trump and the political movement that his fellow billionaires are leading irrelevant. And the way we make them irrelevant is by actually having platforms and using political power to solve the problems that people who were supporting that movement in the first place still have. The affordability problems, the problems where people feel like they don't belong in this country, the problems where people feel like they're being left behind because they are by our current economic system. Let's put out proposals to actually solve it. And then when we do get power, when we do win elections, let's deliver on those and show people that government can actually work for each and every one of us. And once we start doing that, this sort of hyper identity politics will start to become a thing of the past. And that's what I mean when I say, I think the goal should be to make Trump irrelevant. We should still call him out for the terrible decisions he's making that will make all of this work harder for all of us. But we should also have a vision that is practical and likely to actually solve these problems. We know what the solutions are. We just need to start to message it in a way that people can actually believe in it to rebuild trust by actually delivering on it. So that's the second point. Reject the binary. And the third point is this. Be both digital and in person. We run campaigns that were designed for a time that just no longer exists. Yes, there are some people who want to see you show up at the town hall, so still show up at the town hall. People want to see you at the parades. People want to see you at events they're used to seeing their elected officials at. I'm not saying don't go to those. What I am saying is you need to have at least an equal amount of presence online as you do in person. And that's where far too many Democrats for far too long have been using the online space as some space of last resort where you hire some young staffer to go manage it for you. That's a space where you need to show up as well. You need to have a campaign infrastructure for digital and in person that are at least equal parts of your entire campaign strategy. Why do I say that? Because well over 60% of Americans get their political news online. If you're not showing up there, it's political malpractice at this point. So if we as Democrats want to win, and more importantly, I think than winning, is actually regaining trust so that we can win not just one election, but multiple elections. And then we keep building that trust by actually delivering results that people are looking for. That's how we build a movement that could be sustained for a generation. That's what we need to start doing. And we start doing it by showing up online, by rejecting the sort of binary choice that's a false choice, by really building our campaigns around listening to people. That is how we need to move forward as a party. And if you want more tips and tricks of how to actually implement those big ideas, leave a comment below. I'm happy to dive into any of these or any other questions that people have. Thank you. If you haven't yet, please click like on this video, drop a comment below, and click that subscribe button. It'll help the YouTube algorithm make sure that these videos are getting into your feed. Thank you.